Hello and a very good day to you. My name is Mahesti and I would like to share some of our ongoing capacity building activity. I'm a research associate at the United Nations University Institute for the Advanced Study of Sustainability. The title of my presentation is The Role of Social Learning in Adapting the SDGs at the City Level. It is based on our initial reflection from the Mayor's Academy in Asia Pacific, focusing on the development and the implementations of the Mayor's Academy. This presentation is trying to explore how social learning could provide local actors with a new understanding of the international agenda and framework, particularly the Sustainable Development Goals and the New Urban Agenda. And we're also looking at learning as a mechanism for mayors to acquire new values and interests through peer-to-peer learning activities. So before we touch upon the experience of the Mayor's Academy, we would like to draw your attention to why we consider this learning is necessary for achieving the SDG. One of the main reasons behind the development of Mayor's Academy is the notion that the SDG recognize the role of cities and local actors in achieving sustainable development. SDG itself constitutes a set of shared understanding that are supposed to be internalized in domestic policy making through the localization process. With the 2013 agenda built upon voluntary principle, peer-to-peer learning, instead of only political pressures, can actually lead decision makers, including mayors, to adopt sustainable development values and the strategies that is embodied in the SDGs. Using educations, the policy-making process is expected to result in policies and strategies that are more in line with sustainable development principles. Similarly, policymakers are expected to adopt sustainable development values and strategy through the learning process. This process is based on idea of learning drawn from the cognitive and social psychology, where individuals, when they are exposed to the values and strategies embodied in norms, they will be able to adopt new interests. While social learning in a political setting is poorly understood theoretically, one central insight of the empirical case research indicates that the greater the amount of frictions generated by politics, the lower the likelihood of individual level learning. So we thought that social learning for policymakers is actually imperative if the SDGs are to be implemented locally. Social learning is also more likely to succeed in a less politicized setting. The Mayor's Academy for Sustainable Urban Development in Asia Pacific is first inaugurated in 2019 and currently in its second batch. Every batch we have like around 8 to 15 mayors. It is an initiative led by UNESCO and UN Habitat with partners include our institute, Asia Pacific Rim Universities, CIES in Japan, and United City and Local Government Asia Pacific. The Academy is an executive program that is aimed to strengthen leadership for implementing the 2013 agenda in Asia Pacific cities. It involves newly elected or newly appointed mayors as the lead agent at the local level who would benefit at the beginning of their terms for better access to information, greater awareness of regional resources, and a support network for the acceleration of urban sustainability initiative. For the pedagogy, the Academy is designed as an action-oriented and practical programs, including through the provision of framework for short to medium-term planning and action toward the adoption of more sustainable development pathways. It combines adult learning with activity-based learning and emphasizes on the integrated approaches. The learning strategy of the academy is by doing peer learning activities. The modules for each batch are different. These modules are designed with a user-centered context in mind. It starts with getting to know the mayors and their city's interests. As of the 2020 batch, we have 6 modules, 2 sessions each. And additionally, we also have one-on-one feedback sessions with each of the mayors to work on their initiative more closely. So the module seeks to understand the existing ecosystem, and in this case, aiming to have a well-designed initiative by mayors which consider their particular structures, contexts, and needs. And we'll try to have an action learning that encourage participants to apply these acquired knowledge and skills on the job, and in the academic case, through the mayor's initiative and project implementations. Learner behaviors change as a combination of the knowledge and skills from the academy as well as on the job application. The academy is sort of an exercise to move away from traditional learning programs to a combination of standalone modules and context-based workshops. As it goes, the Academy will continue to explore new and innovative methodologies to add to its learning offer as a move toward lighter and more agile learning methodologies. Also, an integral part of the capacity development takes place through one-to-one advisory services. It is recognized that we need new ways to deliver the assistance needed for the initiative building. It's worth noting that the first batch was done almost all on face-to-face methods, but the second batch has completely migrated to the online platform due to COVID-19. With capacity development being very much about relationship building, we found it more challenging to do online than offline, especially in terms of building the network. So, our initial observations on the learning process of the Mayor's Academy, especially on learning as a mechanism to acquire new values and interests, are fivefold. First, we recognize that the policy-making process at the local level is often driven by political intuitions and experience. More information and support technology will make policymakers move from rigidly defined into open, anticipatory, and agile policymaking processes. This will lead to improved quality of policies, wider sources of information, perspective, and potential solutions available. Challenges coming from the emerging information society, we see it as an opportunity to foster more and improve interaction and better knowledge sharing and creations. 4. There are potential to link the policymaking process with SDG relevant methods, approaches that adapted into local context through social learning. Through Mayor's Academy, we see exercise to develop a common understanding of a problem, reach a mutual agreement, and encourage taking collective action involving all types of stakeholders in the city. The Academy also built a knowledge repository and create a network of mayors, and continuously use mayors' feedback to refine and redesign the modules for future batches. The last one, we recognize that peer learning activities have the potential to affect policymaker behavior, but the utility of social learning models for policymaking processes still needs to be proven. I will stop here and will be happy to receive inquiries and questions through my emails and also during the discussion. Thank you very much for listening.